the large data centers, they would measure their revenue according to how much they can sell their power for, because significant clients would buy power. In the case of that example of £1,200, it could be a combination of the amount of power that's consumed in the or that's offered to the cab, which could be 3 kilowatts, plus the actual footprint of space. Generally speaking, if you look around the world, if you want to do a proper analysis of how much co-location costs, you need to be looking at the power cost. And that's very much locally specific. Like, for example, if you were looking in the Nordics, where they rely on a lot of cooling out of glacial water, which is free of charge, more or less, then their sell point can be a lot cheaper than, say, the Middle East, where you would have significant cooling problems. Ultimately, I suppose we all do the same kind of business analysis of how much are we selling it for, as opposed to how much the cost base is. But certainly, from our analysis, if you find these strategic partnerships work out very well, you can be looking at upwards of 40% margins on some of the solutions that are being sold, if not more. The biggest cost, I think, is, well, I think first of all, there's a calculation to be made by the data center operators according to their power density that they built their data centers to, because in the early noughties, the data centers would have been built to 1.5 to 2 kilowatts power density per cab. Now you will see system data centers being built to 4 to 8 to 10 kilowatts for the same amount of space. If you have a colo operator who is working in a partnership such as this, these cabinets can, or these infrastructure platforms can take anything between 4 and 8 kilowatts. So if their build was, say, originally at 2 kilowatts, that means that you're talking about, in essence, probably about 4 cab spaces. But then again, your revenue is more than 5 times, if not 6 times, for the amount of space that's being used. And in any event, they're probably selling the same amount of power to use the same amount of space, but they're not making the additional revenues they make off the services that they would if they were making these strategic partnerships.